Spencer Davis. Dalton Sargent, that 25 right behind him.
He just wanders up off the bottom and looks like just tries to turn back to the bottom, Phil.
Just got loose, just simply got loose.
And watch the driving some of these racers do to get through it.
How about Parker Kligerman? He got hit by the 20 of Lagasse. There's that hard contact to the safer barrier for Jennifer Jo Cobb.
Well, it's amazing that Coughlin and Sargent both avoided significant damage. Coughlin, you see there spinning, and that was Sargent right behind him. What a big hit for Jennifer Jo Cobb.
Thank goodness for the safer barriers.
You're right, Phil. We both hit that wall down there when it wasn't protected. And
let's go on board with Cody Coughlin. Infinger is just up ahead on the left.
Stay up here. Keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Lock it down, lock it down, lock it down. Keep it locked down. Release the brake, release the brake. Okay. Keep it locked down, keep it locked down, keep it locked down. Nice. Didn't hit a thing, Jerry. Get it fired back up and get turned around.
And that is Kligerman.
Wreck in front of you, wreck in front of you.
The right front went for Kligerman just about the same time that Noah Gragson had a problem and Bo Lamastus involved.
yeah, I saw from the onboard there that Lamastus got sideways, and when he did, he came up and collected. Looks like
Maybe Noah Gragson
Noah
in
Gragson.
the 18 truck. Bo's trying to refire that truck, you can see.
The guy 18 on the last caution got sandwiched between two other competitors. They came down to me and said they had damage on both sides of the truck. They tried to get the tires cleared on both sides. Obviously did not quite get it enough. Some more issues for the 18 and went from bad to worse for them.
Noah Gragson was 26th here last year because of an early accident. Here's the shot you were talking about, Mike.
Watch out over there to the left. You could see they were
Keep
through.
coming, keep coming. Caution will be out. It's not out yet. Big wreck behind you. Caution is out.
I think somebody ran in the back of Noah Gragson, and that's what put him in the outside wall.
You can see they were going 3 wide with a truck swinging up to the top, and Lamastus lost control. Parker Kligerman, like we said, didn't make it back to pit road before that right front tire blew out. Just too much rub there.
He was smart running up high. It didn't allow that truck to get any momentum going before it got into the outside wall. Then we know the view. You see there's the contact. Watch. Actually, I don't think there was any contact. Noah just got sideways trying to avoid the 54 of Bo Lamastus and couldn't hold on to it.
But Lamastus was tight beside another truck, and it just...
Lamastus making his Truck Series debut in that 54, a truck that...
Well, it was fourth when I said that.
Oh, Cody Coughlin got pushed out of line.
trying to find room to get back up into the track, and around goes.
Is that John Hunter?
And the 16 of Brett Moffitt.
Watch it, watch it, watch it. Pick your way through there. What's your problem, Cody? Talk to us. The left rear, Phil.
There goes the right rear tire.
Well, the 8 of John Hunter Nemechek, the 16 of Brett Moffitt, the 13 there is Myatt Snyder. We saw Stuart Friesen in the 52 involved.
I just didn't like the amount of smoke that was coming from that right rear, Mike.
Me either.
Coming off turn 2, John Hunter Nemechek radioed to his crew that it's starting to vibrate, and the spotter said about half of Diamondback's radar, we have to pit and get ready. So the crew was on the wall waiting for John Hunter Nemechek to come down pit road, and he did not make it.
Look at the damage to that 52 truck.
16 of Brett Moffitt as well.
Heartbreaker for that group. They had high hopes coming into tonight's race. First time Moffitt working with this Shiggy Hattori group.
You mentioned a great run going for Stuart Friesen. Myatt Snyder was doing a great job in that 13 truck. He's on pit road with a tremendous amount of damage as well. There's Cody Coughlin. We saw him get pushed out. Did a nice job saving that. Watch the 8 now.
That first black truck.
Second truck in line. That tire just explodes as it gets down into turn number 3.
Look at the debris flying through the air.
Spencer Davis right behind Nemechek. It's amazing he didn't suffer damage to his Tundra.
Watch that too. That yellow truck, fifth in line. He gets pushed down to the inside.
Oh, great job by Davis. What a nice move.
Unbelievable. Austin Hill as well. Unfortunately for the 16 of Moffitt, Stuart Friesen absolutely nowhere to go, as well as the 13 of Myatt Snyder.
Wrong place, wrong time.
That's an unbelievable job by the 51 of Spencer Davis.
He's just relying on all that experience he has here at Daytona and in the Truck Series, right, Phil?
How many times has he been here?
Oh, this is the first time he's ever taken to the high banks of Daytona in his first truck start ever, and that was a veteran move. He was able to move to the high side, kept control of his truck, and drove right through that mess.
And Joe Nemechek had the presence of mind to move up the racetrack to give him room to get in between himself and his son John Hunter.
Watch it from the view of Johnny Sauter.
He's got room. He's got room.
Oh.
Big, perfect, good job.
Huh.
Well, sometimes you win races and you look back at what could have been the near by the 20 of Scott Lagasse. Haley couldn't run this race last year because he wasn't old enough, so this is his first time here at Daytona.
He went to Talladega.
Oh, hard hit again. 68 of Greenfield.
Looks like Matt Crafton might have gotten to the outside wall too, but hard impact.
The 28 of Brian Doza, the 7 of Corbin Forrester.
Yeah,
you see the 88 of Crafton's got heavy damage.
Heavy damage to the 88. Just about ripped the tail off that truck.
The engine woes, problems they had under the hood, lost all their track position running in the back, and eventually got crashed here. Doza looked like he might have escaped major damage.
See some damage to the right rear quarter panel, but
just hope Clay's okay.
That was a big hit for Greenfield, and you see safety crews to him immediately.
Remember, Clay had a wreck in his dirt car over the winter and broke his wrist, had to have surgery on it.
This could be the end for Matt.
Yeah, because remember that all the panels that will open in the event of a truck getting sideways. That's a great sign right there. Clay getting out of that truck, waving to the crowd.
Heard some talk from Crafton's truck that he got cut off. I don't know if he was talking about Greenfield or exactly what Matt was talking about. Maybe we'll get a good replay and see.
They don't have much to attach that rear bumper to, do they?
I like their attitude. Let's give it a whirl.
Watch it from the view of Crafton.
Nobody in front of him on the top. You're clear middle if needed. You're all clear on the top, both sides. Hang tight there, hang tight.
Yeah, Matt was going to try to shoot the middle there when Clay was up the racetrack.
Oh, that hurts me.
Look at Cody Coughlin, that job he does. He was right behind the 02 of Austin Hill. Austin got his right front fender damaged.
And earlier he was down in the dirt on the back straightaway. He just keeps avoiding messes.
Could have collected so many more even than what it did. The red, by the way, has come out, so they are going to stop the trucks over between turns 3 and 4.
Watch right side of your screen. The 68 comes back down because Matt was going to try to go up through the middle. He had committed to the middle of the racetrack.
Look at Jordan Anderson, that 3 truck. Just held it as low as he could and made it by, still trying to avoid spinning trucks, but nice job by Jordan.
Justin Fontaine, that white truck going out the bottom of the screen, also did a nice job avoiding that.
Again, watch Greenfield.
He wobbles.
Yep. And when he did, Crafton was headed right to the middle to try to make the pass, and Greenfield came down. Matt couldn't avoid him. From the view of Cody Coughlin.
This is going to be good.
Just hit the brakes hard, the right amount, didn't slide the tires. And
Sauter holding back Haley, and Johnny Sauter is going to win the season opener at Daytona.
Yeah! Good job! Good job, guys! Yeah!
on the outside, and trouble already. Norm Benning is around.
So Norm Benning brings out the yellow.
We just flat spot her.
And Benning's going to have to bring it in and put tires on. You heard him say, is Jesse Little in that 97 truck, and there's a caution.
Caution. Here's our shot, boys.
The 33.
He's right in the middle of the road, in the middle of the back straightaway, right in the middle of the track, buddy. Right in the middle of the track.
Big hit for Josh Rayom. Brings out the yellow.
We can see Josh moving around a little bit in that truck. There's Joe Shear Jr. I don't think there's any question. I mean, the guys told me, Michael, they were going to come in if it was a green-white checker finish, and it may end up being a green-white checker.
It's a good thing your crew was putting a little air in the tires, planning for those adjustments. Tab Boyd his smooth tones to Johnny Sauter saying, we ain't out of this thing yet. And now they've got an opportunity, like I said, to pull off the best pit stop of the year and put yourself in a position to win this race. Remember, Vince, Kyle Busch has not been dominant on the start of a run.
Oh, what a beautiful sight that is.
Sun setting here in Georgia, and it has just been a great couple of days weather-wise here of on-track activity. Hope that holds true tomorrow as well for the Cup race, and it's a great sight seeing Josh climb out of that truck, and you see the damage. That was a big hit.
Yeah, Josh sees how ugly that front end looks there. See him right there. He's all by himself. Just gets sideways, overcorrects. He's going to slide back up the racetrack.
Nice job slipping through.
And then clipped. Dalton Sargent came by and clipped him with a 25 truck.
And Dalton couldn't see, Phil. You know how blinding that tire smoke is, and he had to just make a guess at which way to go, and he guessed wrong.
And it's Justin Marks.
Got 4 flat tires from that long spin. I saw smoke. I didn't know who it was. He was running 14th. Obviously not the start to this race we thought he would have even before the spin. So be interesting to see if he can overcome this issue early in the race.
Marks was fastest in the first practice on Thursday, and he came out of the truck after that practice and said, this thing's good enough to win. I mean, he has been ready to go.
And you looked at Lap Tracker, the data that the teams look at, and it backed up just what he said. And if you're curious as to why he was not moving forward, I think that's a sign, Vince. That truck was just too loose for him. It finally got away. He's going to lose a lap, but at least he didn't crash.
Remember that little bit of a contact with he and the 8 of John Hunter Nemechek right after the initial green flag. A little bit of shot to the left rear quarter panel there.
I'd be more worried about Nemechek's right front fender, huh? Because maybe bending that in. Be interesting to see if they come to pit road, they work on that.
Here comes the 4 of Spencer Davis on the outside, looking to make it 3 wide. Now 4 as Infinger gets in the mix. Oh, contact!
Behind you, inside, very bottom, still green, 1 inside.
The yellow is out for Justin Haley.
You knew something had to give, guys.
We were 4 wide going in turn 1.
Haley and Myatt Snyder made contact.
And Haley had just raced into contention, Vince. Really hadn't talked anything about just that truck until this last few laps. Look at that mess back there.
It just didn't have the angle going into that corner with Noah Gregson on the inside of him.
Did you see Snyder wheeling that thing? This is going to be awesome from the helmet cam. Watch this.
Any toes right here, Bill. Any toes right here, Bill. Any toes right here. All right, come on. Inside, very bottom. Inside, very
what
bottom.
What a great job.
Yellow's out.
Wow.
Oh, and there's
it's going to... Moffitt trying to save it. He's going to save it, but he's going to lose the lead as Kyle Busch goes around. And remember, Michel Distier's only run one other race. Looked like he got caught in no man's land
to the
there.
end.
Here's what happened. Look, Distier caught there in the middle. Can't quite get either down or up far enough. And that's just like that, Moffitt was on top of it.
That's just an amazing job by Brett Moffitt not wrecking that truck.
So is Distier...
Just no man's land, Vince. Those leaders were side by side closing in on Michelle, and he tried to stay low, and he just couldn't quite get down far enough.
Yellow down, got one spun in 4.
And now the caution.
73.
The 20 of Michelle Distier spins, and you see the after effects of that. See it from Myatt Snyder's view.
How to get your attention from Myatt Snyder's view. Will that truck stay up high?
3 and 4.
Yes, it did. And Snyder. To me, it's working so far. I mean, he's hanging in there really well. If you're back 12th, 14th position, spin.
And it is the 52 of Friesen.
Okay, it's not working anymore.
There's a mess over here. There's a lot of
51 of Harrison Burton involved as well. You see the 50 of Dawson Cram.
There's carnage down in turn 1 and 2. You can see there. Robbie Lyons in that 15 truck.
The 99 of Tyler Matthews.
Matthews is going to be able to get it up off of the curb, it looks like, but they'll lose a lap down there. Stuart Friesen with some pretty good damage that truck.
Cody Coughlin got into it as well.
With just a chain reaction once they started spinning up there in front. There's nowhere to hide at this racetrack.
Well, remember we talked about Stuart Friesen. There's the 02 of Austin Hill. Watch Friesen in that 52. Remember, he was on the 2 tires.
See if the 4 pushes the 21 into the corner.
Certainly looks like it. Yep. And then the 21 gets into the 52 of Friesen.
And then slides in that loose rubber into the outside wall. And while this is going on, obviously they're stocking up behind these guys.
So that's certainly not an issue of the 2 tires costing Friesen that issue. I mean, he definitely was hit from Sauter. Or do you think that one might have led to his positioning that created that issue?
No, I don't think you can blame that. It's incumbent on these guys not to run into you. And I think Todd Gilliland ran into Johnny Sauter and pushed him up into Stuart Friesen.
clear high.
A little bit early to be that aggressive here on lap 85 or so.
No question, though, that Friesen is in an unenviable position there on the outside.
Well, you got to be up there at some point, Vince. If you restart with 4 tires back in 12th, I mean, they took a chance, and he had the lead there. He was able to pull just ahead of Ben Rhodes. Approaching, trouble.
Caution, and it's Matthews has backed it into the wall. Tyler Matthews.
Well, we're right in that window. If somebody really wants to look at the snow.
Hey, now, without the plow on the front of the truck, you're not supposed to do that.
We don't say that a lot, that he's in the snow, but we've got 134 laps to go. These guys can go about that far on fuel. If these guys are happy with the trucks and they think the tires would last, somebody could gamble here and make it the rest of the way. Get that track position.
Let's see if we can keep an eye on what happens to Matthews. Definite contact by the 52 of Friesen.
He bounced off the curb getting in the corner, and as Michael said, it's pretty violent when you do that. As when he's plowing the snow as he's trying to get back going.
He does get going, but that was just a situation where Matthews blocked and Friesen said, I'm coming in there.
He was trying to miss him, but he ran into the curb trying to miss him. But once you do run into the curb, then it throws you into that truck on the outside.
Addition to that group. Caution out on the track as we've got one that's gone around. In fact, a couple of them. The 45 of Fontaine and the 99 of Matthews. Matthews involved again for the second time with some contact today.
Fontaine has really had a nice start to the season. 2 top 10 finishes in our 3 races. Quite a bit of damage, though, to that Chevrolet.
He was able to stay on the lead lap up until now, running competitively.
Tyler Matthews.
It's his second go around, Vince.
Significant damage. Good old short track racing at Martinsville. 90 left to go. He opened up the bottom. Nemechek was right there. And credit to John Hunter.
And we knew he would, too, and that's what he's supposed to do.
Oh, Crafton hard into the back end of Sauter.
Something happened to Johnny Sauter. Looked like he lost power maybe off the corner. Nowhere for Matt to go.
So Sauter coming to pit road. I think you're right, Phil. It looked like Sauter had slowed down so much he had have lost power.
Yeah, it looks like all the tires are up, Vince. Remember, he had a top 3 streak that he was trying to break all time in the truck series.
7 in a row, right?
7 in a row. It's not going to happen for him.
So damage to the 88 of Crafton, a 2-time winner. Sauter, a 3-time winner here at Martinsville. And
I thought they would go under the hood.
I did too. Looked like the tires were up.
See what did we see here? Sauter.
He just lost power right there. Definitely lost power. That was not a tire situation. Matt had no idea when he came off the corner that was going to happen.
Maybe went to the left side to get the left rear off and go to the battery.
Maybe so.
Something in the electrical system.
You saw Johnny just at that last second wave out the window, realized he had a problem.
Back under caution. Going to be a shootout to the finish at Martinsville. About 27 laps older and a caution is out. Turn 2.
Oh, I didn't think we could go the rest of these laps without another caution.
We thought maybe we might be able to go 1.
Yeah, what a tough break though for Reed Wilson, doing a nice job here. He's going to stay on the lead lap, it looks like.